Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of Universe Mode. We're starting this one off with a bang. Monday Night Raw is being joined by the CCO. Triple H is here and he is live and is ready to make his way to the ring. Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob. Hope you guys are ready for this one. If you are, make sure you drop that like, you subscribe down below, especially if you want more wrestling content. As we are being greeted by the game, and you know, whenever Triple H is here to make an appearance, it is because of a reason, and it's safe to say Monday Night Raw has been very chaotic the past few weeks. We've seen people be attacked backstage, we've seen Braun Strowman make his way to the ring. It's just been a chaotic time, so Triple H is here to bring that to attention. Also, if you want some Rogue Energy, use my referral link down in the description below, as well as code Mr. Robbie. You can see 10% off your purchase. Let's turn it down to the game. Welcome everybody to Monday Night Raw. Now, as your CCO, I have decided to come to the ring here tonight to address a few things that have been going on in the Monday Night Raw locker rooms. Now, Strowman, yes, I brought him back here to the WWE, but I do not know why he has attacked everybody he has decided to lay out. Now, I know there's a lot of superstars backstage who worry about these attacks, so therefore tonight I have suspended Braun Strowman, Sheamus, and Bobby Lashley, so all three of them will not be in the building tonight. But next week, in our main event here on Monday Night Raw, Braun Strowman will have his first match back, and he will go one-on-one against Bobby Lashley. Now, Lashley also has a championship match at Extreme Rules against the WWE Champion Edge. And little update on Edge's condition: he will be back in time for Extreme Rules. He will not be on Raw this week or next week in order to rest up. But make no mistake about it, Edge versus Bobby Lashley will happen at the PLE, and Braun Strowman will go one-on-one with the Almighty next week live. Well, a couple of huge announcements there by the game to kick off tonight's show in regards to Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley next week. Let's see what we got on tap for this week. First off, Otis will take on Angelo Dawkins one-on-one. Alpha Academy had a great showing last week. Drew Gulak and Matt Riddle will take on the team of Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz. Six-man tag action, the new Legado del Fantasma as they are. Santos Escobar, Angel, and Umberto will take on Elias, Akira Tozawa, and R-Truth. Liv Morgan will go one-on-one with Shayna Baszler. Look who's back in the corner. Ronda Rousey is back from her suspension. The Miz to take on Braun Breaker. That was a long time coming. Tag team action. Lacey Evans and Doudrop will take on Bianca Belair and Raquel Rodriguez. And our main event, United States Championship, Rey Mysterio versus Damian Priest. Otis is victorious over Dawkins, and it looks like Gulak and Riddle are able to pick up a tag victory. And then the new Legado del Fantasma is victorious as well as Shayna Baszler. She gets back in the win column. She beats Liv Morgan thanks to Ronda Rousey being back. But now it's time for The Miz versus Braun Breaker. Well, this is a match that's been a few weeks coming now, as The Miz has been all over the place here on Monday Night Raw. We've seen him in every single corner of the show. But tonight he has a test in the form of Braun Breaker.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Maurice from Hollywood, California, weighing in at 221 pounds, The Miz!
With his wife, the gorgeous Maurice, by his side, The Miz looks like he's ready for action tonight, but it's not going to be an easy one because he's got quite the task in front of him. But The Miz has been chirping away, and he's drawn the ire of a lot of superstars, including the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, who we saw step up to Miz last week and make it known to him that this match is official. So after months of tension, The Miz will finally go one-on-one against Raw's hottest prospect, the former NXT champion, Braun Breaker.
And his opponent from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, Braun Breaker!
Now, you can't not look at this superstar and just think he has all the tools to be a major player here on Monday Night Raw. I mean, Raw invested big on him. They placed him in the Money in the Bank ladder match in his very first match as an official member of the main roster. And that's kind of what's drawn the ire of The Miz, which has led to this match. As we finally get ready for the one-on-one encounter between these two, The Miz goes one-on-one against Braun Breaker. And we are ready to go as the bell is rung and they square off in the center of the ring. And it's Braun Breaker who gets the upper hand with a nice scoop slam already. As Braun Breaker and The Miz, the reason this has come about is because Braun Breaker is very much the hype prospect here on Monday Night Raw. The former NXT champion, he was actually NXT champion when he made his official appearance at the Money in the Bank PLE. He was entrusted with the last spot of Monday Night Raw in that ladder match. He had a great showing, was unsuccessful though, and The Miz kind of believes that should have been his spot. The month before, he was involved for the WWE Championship. He had a shot against Bobby Lashley at Hell in a Cell. And even though he was unsuccessful on the night, The Miz believed that he should have earned his opportunity for Money in the Bank, let's say. That's what Miz thinks. Now, he just wanted a free pass, but, that's what The Miz does. And he took a little bit of exception to Braun Breaker getting that spot, as there's a nice bulldog off the second rope by the second generation superstars. Now he's going to go for the cover here, and he gets a 1 count before The Miz kicks out. And The Miz believes that was his spot, so he's kind of chirped away at Braun Breaker. They've gone back and forth on social media, and it's been a couple of weeks coming, but this match has finally been made official as there's a power bomb. As Braun Breaker, always ready for a fight, believes The Miz was ducking him for a couple of weeks. Miz instead was trying to weasel his way into other opportunities. We saw The Miz weasel his way into a match a couple weeks ago against Edge in a non-title matchup. He was unsuccessful in that match. As there's a nice back suplex there by Braun. He's really starting to get rolling in this match. And even last week, you saw The Miz pick a win against Dominic Mysterio, and he tried to talk his way into a championship match at Extreme Rules. And there's another powerbomb by Braun Breaker, just showing off why he is such a bright prospect. And The Miz, he tried to talk himself into that World Championship match, and that's what drew AJ Styles as Braun Breaker misses a splash in the corner, and there's a clothesline The Miz needs to get back in this contest. He's going to hold those thoughts for a second as he tries to go for a pinfall here, but he's only able to get a 1 count. The Miz has done a lot of talking recently, and that's when AJ Styles came out last week and said he's finally had enough. He's tired of The Miz running his mouth, trying to talk his way into his opportunities, as Braun goes now for his pinfall of his own off the power slam and gets a 2 count. And AJ Styles said, Miz, you got to put your money where your mouth is, as now Maurice up on the apron distracting Braun Breaker. And AJ Styles let The Miz know that this match has been made official, as now that momentary distraction by Maurice is already paying dividends for The Miz, as now he's stomping away in the corner on Braun Breaker and has him lined up. And the tide in this matchup is turned just because of that one distraction. As now The Miz going for the it kicks. Couple of shots to the chest. He's going to wind up for the big roundhouse kick right on the button. Down goes Braun. He's actually in a lot of trouble here. Miz going to go for the pinfall. Gets 1, gets 2, but no, Braun Breaker still able to get that right shoulder up. And the wily veteran The Miz trying to take his pupil to school. It's the prospect as he gets hit with a skull-crushing finale. This should be enough. Braun Breaker, no, still kicks out at 2. He kicks out of a skull-crushing finale. The Miz cannot believe it. He's irate that Braun Breaker kicked out. Still in control, though, but wait a second. Somebody's decided to make their presence the phenomenal one. AJ Styles is here. And it looks like he just wants to get a closer look at this contest, with The Miz attention now up the aisleway. And Braun Breaker now from behind, able to get an advantage of his own. Now slams The Miz into the turnbuckle. So talk about fair play, as now goes for the cover here. Gets a 2 count. It was a distraction by Maurice earlier in the matchup that got The Miz the upper hand. Well, now it was AJ Styles who gave the upper hand to Braun Breaker. I think just went for that big time spear. And a nice counter there by The Miz. Just got the knee up. Back and forth contest this is now turned into, as The Miz goes for another kick, but Braun Breaker able to grab him by the throat. This is not where you want to be. You're The Miz right into the power slam. Miz goes down off the power slam. Braun Breaker gets 1, gets 2, and that'll be enough. Breaker picks up the win over The Miz here on Monday Night Raw. A little bit of a distraction by AJ Styles, but Maryse was trying to do the same thing on the other side of the ring. So for me, it just seems like it was a fair play. As now Braun Breaker gets to celebrate a big win over a two-time WWE champion in The Miz. And he can finally shut the A-lister up as Braun Breaker continues to celebrate. AJ Styles now has made his way to the apron. And The Miz is starting to get to his feet, but I don't think he wants to because there's a phenomenal forearm waiting for him. AJ Styles just wanted to get one last shot in as The Miz is down and out. And the phenomenal one gets to celebrate. Next up, we got tag team action in Raw's women's division. Is making her way to the ring first is a lady who has not made many friends in recent months since coming back to the WWE. Lacey Evans, recently drafted to Monday Night Raw. She's done a very good job of making Bianca Belair's time here on the red brand really suck, because every single time it seems like Bianca Belair does anything, Lacey Evans is there with a sneak attack and dropping her with the women's right. So, not sure what that's all about, but it seems like Lacey wants another shot at the Raw Women's Champion, and she's going to get the opportunity tonight in tag team action. And she awaits the arrival of her tag team partner tonight, somebody who's also very familiar with the reigning Raw Women's Champion. Doudrop gets ready to make her way to the ring. Doudrop will team up with Lacey Evans tonight as two superstars with a very common enemy, that being the Raw Women's Champion. As Doudrop has had her fair share of battles with Belair. Has not really gotten the upper hand in those battles, but continues to try to stake her name for another chance at the Raw Women's Championship. We're hearing Belair will defend her title at Extreme Rules, and it seems like Lacey Evans has been named her opponent. So Belair will face off against Evans at the PLE. But just a little bit of a chance to get a tidbit. As, speaking of which, here she comes. Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Champion. What an ovation for the EST of WWE, the reigning Raw Women's Champion who won the title back at WrestleMania 38 and is yet to let go of it. Has turned back all comers to her championship. And she's always ready for a fight, and she's going to get it here tonight in tag action. As she gets ready for her opponent here, or her partner, here tonight. Somebody who's been very much showing brightness as of late, Raquel Rodriguez. Now, Raquel Rodriguez has looked very impressive here since coming up to the main roster in the past couple of months. She also came right about before Money in the Bank. Ever since then, whether it was SmackDown or Raw, she's looked very impressive. But we're going to start off Lacey Evans and Bianca Belair in this tag contest. A little bit of preview for Extreme Rules as these two ladies will start in the ring. And Lacey Evans nowhere for a sneak attack tonight. She's going to have to take it to the Raw Women's Champion. A very good chance to showcase why she is deserving of another opportunity at the Raw Women's Championship. Because if you remember back at our last PLE, there's a huge spear out of the corner by Belair. You can tell there's a lot of pin-up frustration in the Raw Women's Champion. As we talked about, Lacey Evans has just made life suck for Bianca Belair since Lacey Evans was drafted over to the Raw roster. But Clash of the Castle, our last PLE also in WWE 2k23, was Belair versus Evans for the Raw Women's Championship, and Lacey actually walked out of that matchup. She took the count-out loss, not entirely sure why. Seemed like she was just waiting for another day, and that day will be at Extreme Rules. Now she attacks back into this contest, and Belair needs to get up off her feet here. As Lacey Evans currently holding serve and just talking a little bit of trash. As Lacey has been very impressive, and she's made quite an impact. Win or loss or draw, Lacey Evans always seems like she's making a statement. She came back on SmackDown a month ago and had an opportunity at the SmackDown Women's Champion at SummerSlam. Lacey Evans, you remember, was not successful in knocking off Ronda Rousey on that night, but she attacked her after the match, and that allowed Ronda to be susceptible to a Money in the Bank cash-in. So Lacey Evans made a statement on that night, and then on the second night of the WWE Draft, she attacked Becky Lynch, separated her shoulder even more. We have not seen Becky since that draft night. And now has come over to Raw in the draft and has just done the exact same thing to Belair. So Lacey Evans, she has a target as the Raw Women's Champion. Now a tag here to Doudrop, drop toe hold, and there's a nice elbow to the back of the spine. And Belair desperately needs to make a tag, and she's actually going to get there. Doudrop, not the best decision there, but here comes Raquel Rodriguez, who has been very impressive since coming over to Monday Night Raw. Back elbow. She is somebody you want to keep your eye out for. Raquel came up over to SmackDown, actually, as there's a back body drop. Pull-up cover here by Doudrop, who gets a 1 count. As Doudrop hears me. Oh my gosh, just a boot to the face by Belair. Caught Doudrop there, and she gets dumped to the outside. And now Raquel could be in a lot of trouble here. As Doudrop tries to isolate her in the corner. I think she hears me talking praises for Raquel Rodriguez, and Doudrop taking a little bit of exception to that. And she drags her out of the corner. This is not where you want to be if you're Raquel. Look out below as there's Doudrop with a senton. Raquel could be feeling the punishment here as she continues to wear down. As Doudrop now going to go make a tag to Lacey, but wait a second. Lacey jumps off the apron, and again she's walking out of a matchup. She's abandoning her tag team partner, as meanwhile Belair is tagged into this contest. Is going to connect with a massive KOD on Doudrop. Massive KOD lays out Doudrop, and that is going to be all she wrote. Count to 100. Doudrop gets pinned thanks to Lacey Evans walking out again on another matchup. She left Doudrop susceptible to that KOD right there. And Belair and Rodriguez are your winners as they get to celebrate tonight. But Belair, she doesn't seem fully happy. She actually wants a microphone. I think she has something to say to Lacey Evans, who's up on the aisleway. Let's see what Bianca Belair has to say to Lacey. Alright, Lacey Evans. This is getting ridiculous. Somehow, after walking out of Clash of the Castle, I got to beat you again at Extreme Rules. But these sneak attacks where you lay me out and you say that you knocked me out, girl. That's not going to fly, because at Extreme Rules, you're not going to have anywhere to run. And if you think you can knock me out, you're going to have to do it the exact same thing. Because in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, live on PLE at Extreme Rules, Lacey Evans, you will get another shot at my Raw Women's Championship, but it'll be a last woman standing match. Well, last woman standing match for the Raw Women's Championship. Right now, we have a United States Championship match. I'm interrupting our glorious ring announcer. Well, how about that last woman standing at Extreme Rules? It will be Bianca Belair versus Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's Championship. Another fantastic match to add to the contest. But speaking of championships, we got a championship match here tonight in our main event, because it's the United States Championship that is on the line. As there's been two teams that have not been very fond of each other in recent weeks, as Damian Priest of the Judgment Day gets a golden opportunity to add gold around his waist as he has a chance to take on the United States Champion in Rey Mysterio. But the Judgment Day, they've been very active in a few past couple of weeks. They've been attacking the Mysterios. We've seen them also target the Street Profits. So Judgment Day looking to restore order and balance the power here in the WWE. It's a golden opportunity for Damian Priest, but he's got to go up against a legend in the form of the United States Champion Rey Mysterio, accompanied by his son Dominic, who seems like the Judgment Day wanted to recruit into their ranks. We saw Finn Balor offer the handshake to Mysterio a couple of weeks ago backstage. Dominic turned him down, and, well, Judgment Day didn't take too kindly of that. That's what's led to this match here tonight. As we get ready for our main event of Monday Night Raw, that is going to be the gold that is on the line, the United States Championship. Let's turn it down to the ring or announcer to finish our ring introductions.
Introducing the challenger from New York, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest. And his opponent from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, he is the WWE United States Champion, Rey Mysterio!
So for the first time here in this series, we will see the United States Championship on the line. Rey Mysterio will defend against Damian Priest in our main event here of Monday Night Raw. That is what's up for grabs. Who will walk out of here with the United States Championship? Will we crown a new champion in Damian Priest? Or will Rey Mysterio retain? Let's not waste any more time. Let's find out right here. Let's get this one ready to go as this match has been made official. And quickly they'll meet in the center of the ring as Rey Mysterio already trying to use his quick kicks to his advantage, but Damian Priest well scouted. Trying to cut off Rey here with a nice neck into the knee. As these two factions have continued to go at it. We talked about Mysterio being offered, Dominic that is, being offered the handshake by Finn Balor, turning it down. Finn Balor not taking too kindly to that, and ever since then, the Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, and the Judgment Day have just attacked each other any chance they can. It doesn't matter if it's currently a match that they are in between or if it's a neutral match. They have continued to go at it. And as well as the Judgment Day, we saw Finn Balor actually send a message to the Street Profits, the reigning Raw Tag Team Championships, a couple weeks ago. Had a match against them. Actually won that match by disqualification thanks to the interference from Rey Mysterio, who attacked Damian Priest at ringside, which has led to this United States Championship match here tonight. As ref up to a count of 4 here. These two continue to do battle on the outside. Remember, championship cannot change hands on the outside as Damian Priest has actually got to get back to his feet now, considering he was just met with a DDT by Rey on that outside. As ref now up to a count of 7. Rey will look to get this one back inside the ring. Who's United States champions had the early advantage. They're actually going to climb to the top rope. Priest prone in the center of the ring. It gets met with a elbow to the back of the spine. And Rey actually going to go for the first cover here of the contest. Try to retain his championship early, but only gets a 1 count on Priest. What an impressive little resurgence has been for Rey Mysterio the past couple of months. Ever since winning the United States Championship on his 20th anniversary show, Rey Mysterio has been a very good champion. He's knocked off the likes of The Miz, Santos Escobar, to name a few championship defenses. And looking for another one here tonight as he goes for a big foot stomp right into the chest of Damian Priest. Now going to go for another cover here, and it gets another 2 counts before Priest is able to power out of this contest. Actually just going to go to the outside here, look for a little bit of a breather. Try to regroup here. But Rey Mysterio is not going to allow that to happen. Goes through the second rope into a DDT. I thought it was just going to be a simple dive, but of course, the greatest high flyer of all time pulls quite the move out. Instead, spikes Damian on the outside, who somehow got back to his feet and is connected with a side slam of his own. That was a great maneuver there by Rey Mysterio, but good job by Damian Priest to get right back into this contest and sends Rey ribs first into those steel stairs. And hold on a second, Balor getting right in the face of the United States champion. Just talking a little bit of trash. Rey doesn't seem like he's too bothered by it. He's taking his time here on the outside. Ref up actually to a count of 8, and Rey will finally decide to join the ring. And springboard crossbody, nice takedown to Damian Priest there. I thought Priest had the early advantage, but Rey Mysterio not allowing that to happen. Now going to get him up and takes him down. This is not where you want to be if you're Priest. He's in an area code of 619 to the face of Priest. Down goes the Punisher, and a frog splash for good measure. Rey off the top rope. This to retain the championship gets 2, and that'll be enough. Rey Mysterio defends the United States Championship here on Monday at Night Raw in the latest chapter between these two teams. You have to think, even with the victory here tonight, I don't think it's said and done between the Judgment Day and the Mysterios. Rey Mysterio gets to celebrate the battle here tonight, retain the United States Championship. That is going to be all for our Raw tonight. And speaking of these two teams, we have breaking news. At Extreme Rules, these two will be involved with the Street Profits in a triple threat tornado tag Extreme Rules match for the Raw Tag Team Championships. These three teams have been intertwined, and they will settle their differences as the best tag team of Raw at Extreme Rules. Also, we saw this match be made official earlier tonight. Bianca Belair versus Lacey Evans in a last woman standing match for the Raw Women's Championship, who will actually go down for a count of 10. On the matches, we know that are official. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defend the Women's Tag Team Championships against the former champions, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Then, of course, Edge, we know now, will be medically cleared in time for Extreme Rules. But you have to go up against the almighty Bobby Lashley in an Extreme Rules match. And speaking of Lashley, next week, Bobby Lashley goes one-on-one with Braun Strowman. That is going to be a heck of a main event. All this building towards Extreme Rules, which is just 2 weeks away. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more wrestling content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.